Well, good morning, everybody. My lovely assistant, Chris, is handing out some envelopes, and because we're going to do something a little exciting today, sort of a little put you on the spot, bring you in. Who has envelope number 1?
Is this a 1?
That is a 1. It's a Roman numeral 1. Well, you are just the perfect person to receive envelope number 1. So, Mark, would you please open the envelope you've never seen before and open its contents?
Oh my God, the pressure.
He's so excited. This is right up his alley.
Oh, there are no drugs.
No drugs.
How would you know?
No white powder.
Oh, it's in weird.
Stand up, please.
Oh, read the following is the Queen of England. We found coverage with Geico, and it's $2,300 less than yours. We are canceling the policy.
Thank you, Mark.
No, that was Markella.
Yes, that was the Queen of England. So, oh, thank you. Well, and in case you didn't understand, I will interpret for you what the Queen of England just said is that she looked at her policy she had with this agency and said, I'm going to shop around because I'm paying outrageous money because she has too many speeding tickets, and like, I found it for $2,300 over here. I'm going to move the Geico, and I was flabbergasted because it was 40% less than what she was paying. I said, really? And I said, okay, I'll cancel it, but it's 40% less. That seems a little, doesn't it seem a little unrealistic to you? 40%? Because I can quote Geico. I can't write it. I can quote it. I have my system. I can quote like State Farm and Geico and Auto Club. So I kind of have a general idea of what the market is out there. And I know they're not 40% cheaper than what I have. They're generally about 10 to 20% more. So with this person, and the point I'm trying to make is sometimes self-diagnosis, like, I get that really deep cramp in my gut. I'll just take an Advil and I'll keep moving on with my day. Self-diagnosis is it could lead to a little malpractice, and you could have yourself a little problem. Same thing in the insurance world. There are licensed people that kind of know numbers, things like that. Some people will throw you to the wolves and not really give you good coverage. Some people will spend time with you. That's what I do, and that's what I do that on purpose so that I make sure that you have the coverage that's good for you. So with this person, I actually had my assistant call Geico and had all the data she had. Would change the names, change the address. It was basically the neighbor's house, same zip code, and just said, because I wanted to know. I lingered for about, well, it wasn't a month, about 4 or 5 weeks. Just lingered and said, I need to know what Geico really charged this person. And there may be a couple of discounts here and there that I wasn't aware she threw in there. And it was $600 more than what she was paying with me.
What?
Exactly. Well, because she was buying a 6-month policy she thought was an annual policy.
Oh, gee. That would have been not good.
So I said, and she's a great client. I have her business and her work comp and her auto and home. I've been insuring her for 10 years. I said, you need to stick with your wholesale business, not the insurance business. Because with Geico, it's really self. It's you plug in everything in the Geico thing, spits out. Okay, done. I'm gone. Hey, cancel. I'm in Geico. Boom. And she cost herself $600 more per year. So anyway, I'm dealing with that right now. Okay, envelope number 2.
Oh, it must be Sally.
Rip that sucker off.
Hurry up.
She waits for Chris to turn.
Okay.
It's more dynamic. Good for people.
Wait,
Maybe.
I pay $1,600 a year. Your policy is just too expensive.
Okay. Sally was a snotty teenager, so but this client wasn't a snotty teenager. He was a 27-year-old single guy who happened to have a DUI about 6-7 years ago. So he's out of the mandatory reporting with a DMV, but still you get a no good driver for 10 years from the date of the infraction. So anyway, so this guy said, hey, I got my house here in Costa Mesa. I'm buying 3 investment properties in Bakersfield. Write my auto insurance. I said, okay. He goes, I want 100, 300 coverages. Like, you really should have more because you've got all this, equity, all these investments you're putting in. Nope, just 100, 300 is good. I got this DUI thing. I don't want to pay too much. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Discounts because all the other stuff. Here you go. Which is like, I think it was about $2,200 a year right in there. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm paying $1,600 with Farmers, which is the Bristol West policy. I said, really? So similar scenario as scenario number one. So he said, yep, $1,600. Sure? He goes, oh, I'm positive. Okay. So I called a buddy of mine that I still talk to. He's a Farmers guy. I said, hey, because we broached this again because it came up that he forgot to cancel his Farmers home policy. So I was in danger of losing my discounted heavily home policy I had written with him in Costa Mesa. Like, uh-oh, I got to do some little snipering here. So I called my buddy, say, hey, quick, get me a Bristol West quote for this guy. So I had him do a 100, 300 quote with Bristol West and all that, and it was about $3,000. It's like $3,200. I said, okay, put in the home discount, put in every discount you possibly can. Like, I'm an engineer and everything else. He goes, oh, okay, it's about $2,800. So I said, okay. So I sent that to my guy. I said, something's wrong. I'm missing something here because here's the quote I gave. I'm matching the coverages that I wrote with you that you didn't like. You said you were paying way too much. Here it is. It's $1,200 more per year. I'm missing something. If you can, send me your Bristol West stuff. Of course, he's like, well, it's $1,600. I got great coverage. Just send it to me. Send it to me. So he sent it to me. Here is what he had. So everyone know what state minimum is in California? Yep. 15, 30, and 5? That's what he had. 15, 30, and 5. Guess how much uninsured motorist coverage he had?
Zippo. Oh.
He had no towing, no medical, all the stuff I gave him that he asked for. He said, I want $10,000 in medical coverage, which is, anything having to do with getting anything out of your car. Zero. Yeah, and I'm scratching my head like, this guy's smart. He's much smarter than I am. Mr. Engineer guy, 4-point whatever GPA in college, and like. But see, that's the thing about insurance. You could be the smartest guy in the room, but what happens to an insurance thing, it really dumbs a lot of people down. And I don't mean that offensively, but it's sort of like looking at this chart. Your eyes go, the chart that Crystal handed out. The eyes just go cross-eyed, and as some people, I've talked to PhDs and MDs, they just can't speak insurance speak because they're great in their own little world. They could solve your brain issue, but it comes to the simplicity in my world of insurance, what I think is simple, it's like, oh. So, again, you got to stay away from self-diagnosis. So, we're writing that policy again. Yes. Envelope number 3.
Our coverages are great, and we have great rates. Screw you, CIA.
Watch the language there. Is that attorney speak?
Hey, you don't want that customer anyway.
He didn't improv. Yes, he went off script. That was tough motorcycle guy. Good job, John. Good John. Just fitting, totally fitting. So what I found out there is a lot of folks. What I found is when I call and interrupt someone's world and life and whatever they're doing, say, hey, let me quote your insurance. Sort of like the knock on the door. Hey, would you like to buy something or something or another? And you're interrupting the world. And I know I interrupt the people's world. And the last thing I want to do is pull out the coverage, get the VINs. Oh, I got 4 people in my family. What's your license number? I know that. But a lot of people are so underinsured. It's crazy. Had a guy in my office yesterday. Hey, I got great coverage. Just quote me. And he has a business. He has a street sweeping job. But the parking lot sweeper guys at 3 in the morning when you're up getting the eggs for your 5 a.m. Rocky thing, chugging them raw. But he has a business. He has 2 of those trucks. He's real successful. He's making about $200,000 a year. So he's doing really, really well. Has contracts with Walmart and all these big malls, and he drives all over. He's doing great. So I said, hey, check out your policy. Looked at the truck, $1 million, because that's what everybody asked for. But guess what the broker gave him for uninsured motorist? $1,530. Like, dude, what if you're driving at 2 in the morning and some dude runs a light because they're plastered and drunk? You're the business owner. Who's going to drive your truck for you? You have $15,000 in coverage if that guy's uninsured. 15. He's making $200,000 a year driving his truck. What if he can't work? He's got to pay someone now 40, 50K to do that. Same thing on his personal cards. He had Auto Club. It'll be had in about 2 weeks. And he has 25, 50 in coverage. And I told him, like, look, it's individual business, so he hasn't incorporated, so you're making 200 grand a year. Your business is, with your contracts, probably worth about $500,000, give or take. And you have 25,000 in coverage. And did I eat those 2 minutes up already?
You've gone over.
Well, this is really important.
You've gone like.
And we didn't have the showloader show up.
And I know Ron and...
Do your thing, dude.
Anyway, but the point is I'm trying to make for all of you, the people you love, the people you know, clients, insurance is a funny little animal, and everybody has the best coverage in the world, the best agent in the world, the best company in the world, but just let me take a look at it, and I'll either confirm it or say, you know, your coverage sucks, and I can do so much better, and you know, what have you got to lose? You know, what do you got to lose on the money side and the coverage side? Nothing, because you have all of it to gain, or just know you're in a great spot. And anyway, I'm passionate about that stuff, and thank you for your time.
Yeah.